Now entering the ring is your Division 1 and Division 4 Market Showmanship contest. We will be using both sides of the ring. We do have 4 heats, 4 divisions of showmanship, and then we will bring them back for your overall Supreme Champion Market Showman, and then we will be moving on to the the Breeding Heifer Showmanship. So we will be selecting a Market Overall Champion Showman.
we get back out here in our first division of steer showmanship out here, and we got a group of really nice young kids out here doing an excellent job. Kind of watched most of these in the steer show here this morning, and you kind of remember some things from then to right now too. And there's all these kids are doing an excellent job, but for me, there's a couple kids that kind of stand out to the front, and the first young man I'm going to go ahead and use for my champion showman. Boy, his demeanor's good. He's always got that calf parked, but he's got the control. The way he gets out and leads that steer around, the way he gets that head pointed and always straight with the spine. He's always good in the lineup. He's attentive. He's good about his movements from halter to show stick. He's going to be my champion showman today. I'm going to go ahead and grab him right now. Excellent, buddy. You do an excellent job.
Thank you.
You bet. Pull him over there. Okay. All right. And then as we move on to our reserve showman, I've kind of noticed this person all day, and boy, he's a cool drink of water. He's just with his demeanor super calm. He's always good about his animals. Animals never out of line, never always getting stuck right. But I like the easy going demeanor of this young man. I tell you what, Cowboy, right there, you're my reserve showman here today.
And your first place out of Division I market showmanship goes to Mr. Levi Wolf. Congratulations. And your reserve champion out of Division I goes to Mr. Reed Graves. Again, congratulations to all those exhibitors.
As we move through this older division over here on my side of things for the market showmanship, these two young ladies do an excellent job, and they're not in any particular order here as we pull them around. I just wanted to show forth, their efforts out here and their talents and just give them a little bit of a stage here for you guys. I think they handle themselves extremely well. I love the way they hold the halter. They're commanding there at the halter, but still let them cattle do the right thing here as we circle. At times maybe their calves don't want to stand still, and they handle those situations better. And I think at this age, you got to be able to do those extras and have that little extra bit here as we keep moving forward. But let's go ahead and put our hands together. We're going to show you champion and reserve. Good job to these kids.
attention in the barn, attention in the barn. If we could get Division 1A and 1B in your Heifer Showmanship division to start making their way to the makeup ring. We have 2 more classes of showmanship than the overall market showmanship champion. So if we could get Division 1A and 1B to start making their way to the makeup ring. As well as Division 2A and B Heifer Showmanship. And over in Division 4 in your market showmanship division 4, your champion out of that division goes to Anna Retliff. Congratulations. Your reserve champion goes to Micah Malone. Again, congratulations to all those exhibitors.
As we get into our Division 2 steer showmanship out here, we had a group of 4 kids out here did a really excellent job, but I really like these 2 young people I got sorted off here in the front end. I just like the way that they stand around their animals. This, like, I haven't placed them yet here, but this young man with the Hereford steer, he's got such a nice demeanor. He's always got that calf and set up good. He's always got his hips square. He's really good about keeping his head square with him, the way he turns. I wish maybe he'd had just get a little bit tighter into that animal, maybe give that little bit more of that posture right next to him. But I tell you what, he does an excellent job. And then this young lady here got in front of me now. I tell you, her posture and her character when she's up next to that head and when you get them parked in the silhouette, she does a nice job. She always gets that extra pull out of that head and neck, out of the body of that calf. She's always attentive to her feet and legs. I like the way she walks them into them. I tell you, these are 2 really good showmen. But today, young lady, you're going to be my champion. Young man, it's always tough to get around them girls. I used to do it for years, but you do an excellent job. You got a great attitude. You're going to get past her here one of these days.
And your champion Division 2 showman in your market showman division goes to Emily Jeffries. Congratulations. And your reserve champion goes to Braylon Taylor. Again, congratulations to all those showmanship exhibitors. We're now ready for Division 3 market showmanship. We do need that Heifer Showmanship Division 1A and B and Division 2A and B to start making their way to the makeup ring. Again, we have one more division in your market, then the selection of your overall showman champion. So we do need Division 1A and B and Division 2A and B to start making their way to the makeup ring.
We get back out here in Division 3 right here, and I think we got two really good showmen sorted out here in the top end here, and I haven't quite placed him yet, but I tell you, this young man's just got those little extras. I like his posture. I like his presence when he's on the front end of an animal. He shows me confidence. He shows me he likes what he brought out here, and he shows me that he wants me to look at that animal, and then when you look at that animal, he's always got that one parked good. He's avoiding all the mess out in the ring. He does a really, really good job. Young lady here at the market heifer right here, she does an excellent job of getting that heifer walked into into her spot, the way she gets that one set up. And that heifer can be a little chargy when you try to stop it, and she does it with an easy, calm demeanor right there. That allows that heifer to go ahead and sit down. I really like these two showmen here, but today, young man, you're my champion. You do an excellent job.
And your champion in Division 3 goes to Will Beckley. Congratulations, Will. And your reserve champion in that division goes to Addison Thompson. Again, congratulations to all those exhibitors. We are now ready to select an overall market showman. Again, we do need those first place winners out in the ring. And we do need that Division 1 and Division 2 A and B heifer showmanship in the Broadbent Arena. And this will be a first call for Division 3 and 5. Out of Division 1, we have Mr. Levi Wolf. And out of Division 2, we have Miss Emily Jeffries. And then out of Division 3, we have Mr. Will Beckley. And out of Division 4, we have Anna Reflet. These all are competing for your overall champion market showmanship.
As we get out here, we had 4 heats in our champion market showmanship out here. And boy, this is a class act here in these 4 individuals out here. They just told me we only get to pick one, and that's tough. And I think we can get tough when we get kids like this out here. But you on the ring side and up in the bleachers, if you're watching these kids, just look at the presence these young kids have next to their animals. They're proud of what they're doing. They're excited what they're doing. And you could tell that each one of these individuals have put in the hard work at home, taking it serious, and done all the little extras out here. I think there's just little things when we get in here, and especially when you start to work in a narrow ring right here, I think big things you got to look at is how an individual uses the ring. Gets over, gets a little wider, gets a little bit further away from you, and boy, that's a good thing when you got a long, narrow ring, and just little bitty things like that. I think Tyler and I got it narrowed down here, but boy, what an excellent group of kids. It's been a fun show so far today. We'll go pick your champion market showman, but once again, put our hands together for these families that gave these kids an opportunity to do this here today.
And your champion overall market showman goes to Anna Refit. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the market showmanship individuals on a successful show. We will be moving right on into our Heifer Showmanship division of today's show with Division 1A and Division 2A. Now entering the ring over in your east side is Division 1A Heifer Showmanship. We do need Division 2B and 1B in the makeup ring. Again, we need Division 1A and 1B. Excuse me, Division 1B and Division 2B in the makeup ring. This will be first call for Division 3A and Division 4A.
As we get these heifers started over here, we got a couple of heats of this specific age group, so we're just gonna pull a couple of them to come back for that final heat. And I'm gonna keep these two over here to my right. For me, they just maybe did a couple of the extras, just in terms of composure, filling their holes, knowing when they maybe need to take a circle or pull forward when there's an empty spot in front of them, and kind of guided themselves around the ring with the confidence we're after today. That's why those two get to keep in here. Not to take away from any of you guys maybe not coming back for that final, but these two maybe just did a few more things for me. But let's go ahead and give the whole group a round of applause on a job well done.
We get over here on my side, and we get into the first heat of the showmanship, heifer showmanship here in my end. I'm just going to go ahead and pull the showman that I want to see in my champion drive. I think we got some awful good kids. I got a big future on them. I'm just going to talk a little bit about them and grab them as I go. Start off my buddy over there with the best mullet in the house right here. I mean, I tell you what, this kid knows how to show. He's got that heifer stuck. He's got that extra little charisma, but his body language around that heifer is excellent. Go ahead and bring her in. This is in no particular order here, folks. And then we get to our second young lady right in front of me. I tell you, that lady's showing one with a cast. She's got a heavy-headed heifer, and she's always got that head and neck pulled out of that front end, got that heifer stuck, like the intensity. Why don't you go ahead and bring your heifer up to the front end also. We go ahead and we move on down the line, and if there is a award for being intense and having that look of the eye and the tiger in your eye, this young lady with the black and white one down here, she's got it all. Bring your heifer down there in the lineup. I got two more showmen out here that I think are excellent showmen. This is going to be a fun drive. I tell you what, you got Cool Hand Luke right in front of me, right here with the Hereford heifer. He's soft, he's cool, he's calm around that heifer. He gets her stuck every time I looked at it. Young man, go ahead and bring your heifer forward. There's one more showman out here that I think her transitions do an excellent job. The way she switches from her halter to her stick, keeping in the lineup, being square with everybody out of here, having the right attitude to work together with other kids out here in the ring. I tell you what, that's that young lady right in front of me. Go ahead and bring her up here. This will be my sift for the champion drive in this first heat of the showmanship contest. The rest of the kids did an excellent job out here. There's just little things we'd like to change, but I tell you, these kids right here in front of me, this is going to be a fun drive to look at. Congratulations.
And congratulations to those showmen in Division 1A. We are now ready for Division 1B to be making their way into the ring. Again, we just finished Division 1A and Division 2A. Again, Division 2B is now making their way into the ring. We do need Division 3A and B to be making their way to the makeup ring. Division 3A and 3B to be in the makeup ring, as well as Division 4A and 4B. Now in the ring is Division 1B and Division 2B. We do need those Division 3 and 4 to be making their way to Broadbent Arena.
get over here in our second heat, getting ready for our championship drive within this heifer division here. And I tell you what, we got another really good group of kids. We had some steamrollers there in that first heat, and I tell you what, these young people out here are going to really add to it, going to make a really nice experience for these kids going forward. There's a few kids out here that are doing a lot of things that I like to see, and first off, the first one I'm going to pull in for that next drive is a young man that's showing a lot of cattle underneath me. He's listened to every word I've had to say, and he's gotten better every time I've told him something. He's done it. He's adjusted. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, buddy. Go ahead and bring your heifer up here. Next up in this lineup, there's a young man out here that's always got that smirk on his face. He looks like that kid that's going to get in trouble in school a lot, but I like that smirk. I like that enthusiasm. I like that presence about it. Come on up here, Smiley. Bring your heifer up in the line. Next up, there's a nice young person out here that's got that calm, easy demeanor that I've kind of talked about, having that little extra presence, the way she positions herself around the animal to make sure that she's in line and does everything really correct. Young lady, why don't you go ahead and bring your heifer out here in this lineup. I think there's one more kid out here that does an excellent job of having that posture and having that presence, and the way that young man stands around the front end of that heifer and the way he positions himself, his transition, his mechanics are exceptionally good. I tell you, young man right there, why don't you go ahead and bring your heifer up in the lineup. That's going to be my lineup for the championship drive. This is going to be fun. I tell you, it's a lot of good kids. It's going to be pretty exciting. Rest of you guys, just the little things, and it's a pretty fast track out here, and I apologize, but I really appreciate the fact that you came out here, tried, worked, and got better. Congratulations.
Well, congrats to the kids over there on that ring. I guess I'm not too proud to admit my dad's kind of smoking me on the mic here in Showmanship, so, I mean, hats off to him, I guess. Sorry for you guys that got stuck with me. I'm a little boring today, but I tell you what, the 4 kids I did pick over here, I'm excited to bring them back out into the final we got coming up next. There's a couple of them in there especially that, got to see them show yesterday, maybe saw them show today, and so, as you transition through the show in those breeds and watch them kids come through the rings more than once, it's fun to see them get better, more comfortable. So congratulations to these 4. Great job to you guys out here. Excited to have these guys back for the final. Let's give them a big round of applause.
And now entering the ring over in the east side will be the selection of your Division I champion. And then over on your west side will be the selection of your Division II champion. We do need those Division IIIs to be making their way up to Broadbent Arena. Again, we will be selecting your Division I champion and Division II champion.
We get over here in our champion lineup here for Division One, and I'm just saying, I'm putting the first warnings out to the senior kids. I tell you what, we got some buzzsaws out here. These kids are doing an excellent job. Put your hands together and congratulate this lineup. I'm going to go ahead and pull the top 5 out that I see fit and I see in the order. And showmanship is one of those deals where it's your own opinion. It's what you like. It's one of these deals that it's really a preference-based deal. But at the end of the day, I want a good kid that wants it. And that's plain and simple. My 5th overall showman here in Division One is the young man that listened to me every time I came out. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you did. Bring your heifer over here in 5th hole. And I tell you what, in my 4th hole, enthusiasm is no crime. I like your attitude. I really like this young man, old Dennis Menace. I tell you, I like you right here. Bring yourself up in 4th hole. And as we get down this lineup, I mean, I'm telling you what, these last 3, I mean, we're cutting at a 1-point, 2-point cut all the way across. We got three really good showmen out here. And like I said earlier, I tell you what, if you win a prize because you're intense, you want it, that's our young lady here at the Baldy Heifer in front of me. She'll be your 3rd overall. I'll tell you what, our reserve showman within this Division One, if no quit is a model, it's this young lady. She does it with a cash. She never quits. She gets after it. I appreciate the way you get it done, young lady. Yeah, it's all right. We get here at the end of the lineup, and I tell you, there's a person out here that hit me pretty hard. Position, pizzazz, the want-to additive, and then also it was always about the heifer first, the animal first, and the way this young person gets that one position. I tell you what, young man, you could show a heifer for me any day. Millet man, you're champion Division One.
Well, congrats to those kids over there. We might not quite go as deep over here. I think there's 2 that I want to recognize, and I think I love their style of showmanship. And it's just like my dad just got off the mic saying, you know, everybody's got a different opinion and style on what they like. And for me, growing up, I got told I was too intense at times, and sometimes I get the same opinion told, and you know, and that's my style about it. But there's 2 individuals out here, in my opinion, I mean, they're cut from the same cloth, and the way they go about it, their mannerisms, their stick use, the way they hold the halter, the way they circle around, their spacing, I love it. You know, got to watch them yesterday. It was enjoyable for me. Those 2 individuals are awesome showmen, and I tell you what, my dad's ring better be ready to tango, because the individuals I'm bringing out of here are real good. Let's give them a big round of applause.
And that will conclude our Division One and Division Two heifer showmanship divisions. We're now ready for our Division 3A and Division 4A showmanship. Again, we are working on Division 3A and Division 4A are now currently in the ring.
We just get done with a really tough Division 1 with a lot of energetic young kids, and as we move up in the lineup, we got an excellent set of young people out in here in this class. Some young people that know what they're doing, and they know they're here for the animal, and they know they're here for the contest, and doing just an excellent job. I got a few I'd like to pull out of this lineup, no particular order. First off, I tell you what, there's a young lady out here that positions herself, the way she gets tucked into her heifer and gets that heifer's head and neck pulled out of it, keeps that top line. Love the way when she turns a corner, she keeps that spine straight with her hip through her head and keeps that animal going right down the line. I tell you what, it's this young lady with the black heifer right there. Go ahead and bring your heifer up in the lineup. There's a young person out here that hasn't wavered. Like I've talked more and more about positioning and just having that extra pizzazz and confidence and knowing what you're doing with your animal and making sure that you're putting it in the best stop forward. Young man, why don't we go ahead and bring you up too? When you talk about getting a head and neck out of one and keeping that front shoulder and front end pulled together and talking about just positioning yourself when you're pulling in head to tail and being able to walk one in there and being able to get that animal stopped and positioned as quick as you can, young lady, why don't you go ahead and bring your animal up in this lineup? There's a young person as we talk about walking an animal into getting it set up, the way she positions herself. I tell you, there's a young lady that gets down and gets that big old heifer stopped, gets that front end underneath her the way she needs to get it done right away, and then worries about the rest later. I tell you, young lady, why don't you go ahead and bring yours in the lineup? And then I'm still a sucker for a really cool, calm individual that translates into keeping her heifer really nice and easy going and always keeping it in line. But I like the posture. I like the finesse around the head, the transition from halter to stick. I tell you what, young lady, why don't you go ahead and bring that in the lineup? That'll be my top 5 going into the championship drive. Congratulations.
And that will complete your Division 3A. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now working on Division 3B. Again, we are now working on Division 3B in the East Wing.
Back over here, have some older kids again, and as we get sorting through them, these 4 to my right are the ones I'm going to bring back. And my dad just talked about cool, calm, and collected, and I think that's what these individuals do so well. And in the last division, I talked about intensity. So for me, it kind of wavers back and forth, and I love the intensity. But when you can be cool, calm, and collected and still get the job done and have those extras on top of it, that's where these 4 individuals did it for me. Congratulations to you guys. Job well done to you guys left out here. Not to take away from you at all. There's just times where maybe needed to fill in or position ourselves right, keep our animals square, maybe be a little quicker to reach for a leg or hit a loin or a tail, and that's getting picky. But when the 4 individuals over here are the first to do that for me, I got to pull them and keep them in for the final drive. Congratulations. Let's give them a big round of applause.
And that will conclude your Division A, your Division 4A. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now ready for your Division 4B. We do need Division 5 to be making their way to Broadbent Arena. Division 5 to be making their way to Broadbent Arena.
We get into our second heat in our Division II, and once again, I think we got quite a few out here that are going to add to that champion drive. Going to happen here in a couple minutes, but first off, one of them I'm going to take out here in my lineup is a young person. When you're coming in, you're going head to tail right there. That young lady, when she pulls in that first hole, she does such an excellent job of head control, keeping that animal away from going into that front of that gate right there. You do an excellent job. Go ahead and bring your heifer forward. And then you talk about just being precise and having the movement around the animal and still having that presence and that calm, cool demeanor about you. I tell you, this young lady taking the spin right here, you got my nod. Go ahead and bring yours up in here. And I tell you what, next up, there's a young man that does a really nice job of positioning himself. I like his posture around the animal. He wants it. He works for it. He does an excellent job. Young man, bring your heifer up in here in the drive. Up next, there's another person that does a nice job of having that posture and that transition. And this person, when he leads his animal around, I tell you, the control and keeping everything straight and square and keeping everything in place and still having that confidence. I tell you, young man, in the end, why don't you go ahead and bring yours up in the lineup. Last but not least, what I'm going to bring in this lineup is a young lady that's really been fighting hard, got kind of a down-headed female right here, and it takes a little bit more to work at it and keep at it, and she does an excellent job of positioning herself with a little bit of club on her foot. She does an excellent job out here. Young lady, go ahead and bring your heifer up in that lineup. That'll be my 5 going into the Grand Drive of Division II.
And that will conclude your Division 4B. We will now be selecting your overall Division 4B champion. Again, we will be selecting your champion 4B, Division 4 champion. Now entering the ring will be the selection of your champion, Division 4.
we get through our second heat and bring in another 4 kids there to head to the final drive for this age division. I think they did a great job, pull them in no particular order and just kind of see and put them in positions here to see if their intensity falls, if they get discouraged. And I think it's fun sometimes when their animals don't set up or they got to fight through a situation. Sue's willing to work for it and get after it. That's what these 4 did for me. But congratulations to you guys. Let's give everybody a big round of applause. We'll bring them back in for the final.
We are currently selecting your Division 3 champion and bringing Division 4A and B back in for selection of Division 4 champion.
As we move on from that Division 1 to 2, we had some fun, love, and energetic little kids. And I tell you, Division 2 got serious here, guys. I mean, I tell you, there's a lot. It's got a little warm in here. I wish I had a little ceiling fan over here for me. This is a heck of a round of kids here to look at. Before I go ahead and pull my top 5 out here, let's congratulate these kids and everybody that taught them what they're doing out here today. I tell you what, for my 5th overall, just so subtle about everything this young person does, just the way they get that heifer set up, the way they are attentive around it. They don't draw any extra attention to themselves. They always put their heifer in the real good place out here. I like the subtlety. I like the way she does this. I tell you what, young lady right ahead of me, you're my 5th overall showman in Division 2. As we move on, there's a young person I commented about earlier. I just love the way this person gets this heifer when they're walking into it. The way she goes ahead and gets in front of that heifer, gets that front end underneath that heifer like it needs for that particular heifer. She knows the issues with this female. She does an excellent job of showing those issues out of that female. I tell you, young lady in the pink right there, you're my 4th overall showman. As we move from 1st to 3rd here in my 3rd overall, I think it's really, really tight in our next 3 showmen. I think it's a give and take. There's a young person out here that I like the way that they command the position. They want you to look at them. They know they got a good one. I like the posture. I like the way that they stand around that head. I like the way that how they keep everything square. Young man, you'll be my third overall showman here in Division II. Then I think we get a quarter out and we do some flipping. But I tell you what, I think there's a young person out here. I've never seen that heifer out of place. Love the way that she gets that head out of that front end, the way she does that head control, the natural presence that young lady has. Young lady, you'll be my reserve showman in Division II. And as we move ahead in this Division II, these young people are getting at that age where you go, who do you want to show for you? Who do you want to take your stock out in a string? Who do you want to represent your brand? Young lady, you're my champion showman.
And that will be the conclusion of your Division III champion. Again, we are working on our Division IV champion right now, and then we'll have those folks back to get an overall champion heifer showman. We do want to make an announcement. All champion exhibitors today in the market animal division, all champion market animal champions, we're going to have a meeting in New Market Hall 15 minutes after the conclusion of Heifer Showmanship. Again, we'll have a meeting in New Market Hall 15 minutes after Heifer Showmanship, all the market champions in New Market Hall.
We get out here and we get into the group of older kids here, and it's fun just to kind of see from kid to kid just what they do differently. And it's not that they don't do it all right in my mind, because I think each one of them got out here for a reason, and they're doing it correctly and just in different styles. So it's fun to kind of sort through each one of them and see what I like and see what my dad just got done saying. Who do you want to show your animal and work with those animals this year, and know how they got to position themselves and work maybe with one that's got a little bit more attitude or pull forward, or how much they use their stick. And that's really what it all comes down to, is just those small, minute things. But that's what separates all the differences when you get out here in the ring. So let's go ahead and give these kids a big round of applause. I'm going to go show you my two favorite.
And congratulations to those Division IV exhibitors. Congratulations. And we are now ready for your Division 5 selection. Again, now entering the ring will be Division 5 here in your Heifer Showmanship contest.
As we get here through our last division, we only got 4 individuals, but I think all 4 of them doing an excellent job. Showmanship's a funny thing, you kind of know once them kids walk in the ring, what you want and how they're going to be here once you get in and what style they have. And sometimes your animal acts good, sometimes your animal acts bad, and it's how you deal with that. In my mind, your animal doesn't always have to stand perfectly still. It's just how you deal with those situations when they don't. I think there's 2 individuals out here in my mind that did an excellent job. We'll keep it rolling. We'll get back out here for the final drive. But let's go ahead and put your hands together for 4 good individuals here.
And congratulations to Division 5 contestants. And we will now be coming back in the east side for the selection of your overall Heifer Showmanship champion. Again, we'll be entering in the east side for your overall champion. And now in the ring is the competing of your overall Heifer Showmanship champion. Folks around ringside, could you give me one big round of applause for our judges today, Mr. Scott and Tyler Bush, for being out here today. And again, we'll see them later on tonight at the Supreme Drive.
Get out here, and we got 5 divisions out here, and Tyler and I are kind of talking about them and looking at them, and we've seen both all these kids here the last couple days, and there's a reason why these kids are out here. They've been doing it here the last couple days. They've been putting the work in. They do an excellent job. It's just these subtle differences. We certainly are big fanatics about head control and positioning and making sure that you're getting a judge to want to look at you and your heifer, but at the same time not bringing too much exposure to yourself. It's animal first, showman second, and especially when you get in these drives. And I tell you what, we got an awesome set of kids from Division 1 to Division 5. I always kind of partial to my mullet man there in Division 1, but you do an excellent job here to start off our lineup as we get through here. I think it's going to be really, really close. We got 2 individuals out here. We think they've done an excellent job all week that we've been here, and these are the kind of people that all 5 of these are the kind of young individuals that we'd like to go out and represent us on down the road, and I think that's extremely important. I'll hand it over to Tyler, and then we'll go ahead and pick your champion showman. But before I do that, once again, let's congratulate these families. This is a really big deal to be out here in this lineup.
Like my dad said, you know, it gets tough, and when you get all 5 of these individuals out here, it gets closer. Gets closer than you think. You know, no matter the age difference, whether you start with the young ones or all the way to the oldest group, and I think that's the fun part. And you know, showmanship, like I maybe spoke just a little bit when we had that last group. The second you walk in the ring, I want to see it in your eyes that you want to be out here, you know why you're out here, and you want to win. I want you looking at me like, hey, you better pick me, because that's what it's all about. You want to win. You got to have that hunger. That's the fun thing for us. We're passionate people. We love what we do. So it's exciting to see young kids have that same look in their eye. Let's go ahead, give them a big round of applause. We're going to go back, discuss for 1 second, and then we'll go pick your champion.
And your grand champion overall Heifer Showman goes to Miss Madison Metzger. Congratulations, and congratulations to all participants today. Again, any exhibitor that won champion today in a market show, we will have a meeting in New Market Hall in 15 minutes. Anyone who won champion market animals today will have a meeting in New Market Hall in 15 minutes. With that being said, we appreciate everybody being here today, and we'll see you later on tonight right here in Broadbent Arena for the Supreme Drive.